Welcome to Roofing Road Trips, the podcast that takes you on a thrilling journey across the world of roofing. From fascinating interviews with roofing experts to on-the-road adventures, we'll uncover the stories, innovations, and challenges that shape the rooftops over our heads. So fasten your seatbelts and join us as we embark on this exciting roofing road trip.
Hello and welcome to another Roofing Road Trips from Roofers Coffee Shop. My name is Heidi Ellsworth, and today I am so excited because I get to chat and visit with one of my dear friends who I have been working with over 20 years for sure, off and on, and that is Dan Cougar with Cougar Paws. Dan, welcome.
It's a pleasure, Heidi. Really is.
Oh. It is such a pleasure. We worked together back in the day. I was able to do a little marketing for Cougar Paws and watched you as you grew the business. What a great, great company you've grown.
Yeah, it's been an adventure to say the least. It really has.
It has.
There's people don't realize how many issues you have with manufacturing.
Yeah.
There's too many moving parts, and one little thing just crashes it all. So
does the whole thing. I tell you what. So, okay, let's start with an introduction. If you could introduce yourself, tell us what you do with Cougar Paws as the owner. And then also let's talk a little bit about what is Cougar Paws. Give us a little bit of what it is and your story.
Okay. My name is Dan Cougar. I'm the CEO and founder of Cougar Paws. We make the number one roofing boot in the country. It's been truly the greatest adventure of a lifetime. It's the American dream. You think of something, you go from theory to patent to production, and then all of a sudden you're the number one boot in the country. It's just been absolutely amazing. Really
it's been so fun to watch the growth and the innovation that has come with your. So tell everybody a little bit. Let's start at the beginning. How did it all start?
Well, I started roofing when I was 12 years old, and I was really good at it. I worked for a guy who was a little bit of a drunk, and he'd hire nothing but drunks from the bar. So by the time I was 16, I ran his crews. In 1977, I was a senior in high school. I made $75 a day cash then, which was a lot of money back then. A serious lot of money. It's my first fall was in my senior year in high school. I went to pick up my football equipment. I fell 2 stories.
Oh, man.
And actually broke my neck. I didn't know till I was 30 years old, which is crazy.
I've heard the story, and every time I hear it, I still go, oh.
Yeah. How am I alive? That's the story. Yeah. But in saying that, I've been in the roofing industry my whole life, again, since I was 12. So when I got through college, I started my own company with a friend of mine. Him and I were partners. He's deceased now. But, I was out and about, going around and driving to the Home Depot. I had to pick up some supplies. And I just had that sweet little thought in my mind that came, gift from God, to my mind, put a piece of foam on the bottom of the shoe. So, and we were making all kind of tools with foam cushions. I mean, you see all the Spanish guys, they have their foam cushions they take from behind a upholstery place, and couch cushions, and they throw them out there. So I knew how well they stuck. So my first pair of Cougar Paws, which is a great story, I buy a homeowner grout trowel. I cut the bottom of it off. I staple it and glue it to the bottom of my Nike shoes, right? I get out to this house, and it's a little Cape Cod, 12-12 front, 412 back. And it's only 1 story. So I tie off the ladder, and I'm going to climb up and climb back without worrying about it, right? So climbing up was easy. And so get up there, walk around, look around, start to come back down. I'm thinking, wow, that's pretty steep, Anyway, I'm not afraid of heights by no means. Plus, I pole vaulted in high school. I'm thinking this is only 10 foot off the ground. I have the ladder tied off. I'll just walk down towards it. So I start with like a crawl, like a crab crawl. Like I'm have my hands on my side and just going slow, thinking I could reach down and grab the tabs. Usually you can grab the tabs and pick them up and just hold on to them. But they're all glued down. So they're all burnt to the roof. So I can't grab anything. So I get about a third of the way down, and I'm not been slipped once. Next thing you know, I'm standing. Before I got to the ladder, I'm standing on 1 foot. So it was amazing. And I went from that idea to, okay, how can I bring this to market? What is the best way? So I started looking at I went to every foam manufacturer in the country that made anything close to what I could use.
Yeah.
And sponge rubber was the ultimate. I mean, it was incredible. It had more coefficient of friction than anything else in the market, but it wore out, which was also a godsend. Because
Yeah.
they buy my boot, they buy a pair of pads at least once a week. And you know what? And the boots pay for themselves the first time they buy them because their production will double on the stupid truth. They can do things they could never do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what we really designed it for was production. And there is a great safety feature to it, unless you're stupid, you do things like
not tied off. Those things.
Roofers. We're not the brightest bunch of the pack, so fine. But anyway, that's how our first pair, and I should have kept that first pair.
Yes, you should have.
I should have
had bronzed.
Yeah, but anyway, so we started manufacturing back in the day. We started with a tennis shoe. I had a Venator group was making them for us in the U.S., right? So they bring them in, they bring the uppers and the lowers. And meeting with some attorneys, there was one thing that I didn't have. They said I'd be liable if I didn't have it. I didn't have a wear bar on it to show you where you can wear it to safely. And I needed a template in order to put it on. So they couldn't put it on wrong, slip and stumble and fall. So I came up with a lip on the outside of the shoe, which we know now. You stick the insert to it. But at that point, I said to them, why don't we make some prototypes? Oh, molds are already made. We can just make one change. We can't change anything else. Fine. I took their advice, which was bad. So I have $500,000 worth of shoes getting made, right?
Yeah.
And I start right out of the starting blocks. I sent it to some other friends of mine that own roofing companies. My son played soccer with this kid. So great guy. Calls me and he's so excited about the product. He wants to sell his roofing boots, buy into my company, and sell them across the country, right? So calls me the next day and says, listen, we have a problem. I said, what's happening? He goes, well, I'm on a 12-12 roof and my one shoe's on the ground. I said, what do you mean? He said, the heel just popped right out of the back because we had no flex points at that point, right? Now, meanwhile, I had all these shoes made.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't good.
Oh, man.
The money that I had saved my whole life just went down the toilet. So, I had to raise more cash. So I sold part of the company just to raise the money, just because of that one minor error, right?
Wow.
And then we came to the plate and we had everything. I mean, my first show, I'll never forget it. Ken Hendricks came up to my booth, him and Diane, and he talked to me. He told me I should be in catalog. And, it was like 2-3 weeks after the show. My secretary said, hey, this is Ken Hendricks from ABC Supplies on the phone. So I answered the phone. Hello, sir. How are you? He introduces himself again. I said, I remember you, sir. I buy product from you. He said, well, listen. He goes, you have a patent on your product. I said, I do, sir. He goes, well, you want to sell it? And I started to laugh. I said, well, I really appreciate it. I take that a compliment because if you want to buy it, I know I have a winner. I said, in 10 years from now, you'll probably still want to buy it from me, and I'll sell it to you for 10 times as much and go on my merry way. And he laughed and said, yeah, you're probably right, but you need to be in catalog. I said, fine, I'll, have the guy call me. I'll be happy to be in catalog. So that was the beginning of my process.
Wow.
After one show in Vegas. Yeah, it was amazing.
That's amazing.
So,
really, to have Ken Hendricks calling you after one show.
Yeah, one show buying it, right?
Yeah. That's huge.
It's huge. Yeah. And it's funny too, because he was so nonchalant. Oh, I want to buy it. I want to buy it. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And so since those first ones that went so well, and I mean, I was there with you as you were marketing them and it was going out and they were just selling like crazy. One of the things that I don't know if a lot of people know is that it wasn't just for the production and the roofing contractors. It was also adjusters.
Oh, yeah.
You did really well with adjusters.
Oh, this is a greater story. So I had all these boots, right? So I have thousands of them, tens of thousands. So anyway, so I go out. There was a 1999, was a hailstorm that hit Fairfax, Virginia. It was golf ball side of the hill. I'll never forget it. I'm sitting there, and I had downsized the construction part. I was upsizing the boot manufacturing part. So I look outside and it's black, and you can see it's just letting loose. And the phone starts ringing off the wall. So I'm out there it broke the Lux skylights. It broke everything.
Wow.
It totally trashed all of Northern Virginia. So all of a sudden, the adjuster starts coming to town, right? So there was an adjuster met me on a job, and he looked at me and said, "I'm not walking up there." I said, "Dude, what size you wear, 13s?" He goes, "Yeah." It was almost lunchtime. I said, "Go to lunch, come back." I said, "I have something special for you," right? So I meet him back. I give him a pair of boots, and of course, I'd cut the lip off of it because I had flexible. So I stuck it on, and he walks around on the roof, and he is totally he just can't even believe it. And most of these adjusters stay at like a extended stay where they can cook and they can do whatever. So
Yeah.
there must have been 40 or 50 adjusters in the same complex he was in. And I said to him before he left, I said, "Look," gave him some of my cards. I said, "You have anyone that needs help with their estimate, or they need help with their work done, just get my cards out." So I said, "If you have any adjusters are interested in the product, let me know. I'll bring them to the hotel." I give away 40 pairs of boots, right?
Oh my gosh.
So meanwhile, it's so funny because they're all calling me, and I told them all the same thing. "Look, I don't want any money from you. Just give my cards out, refer me, send me their estimate if they want to use me, and we're good to go," right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Heidi, I sold $5 million in 2 months for work. Yeah, fun.
Wow.
Yeah, and back then I didn't even do siding. I'm selling siding. But it worked out perfect, right? So I was made whole, and I was able to buy more boots. And the crazy part was they took it across the country because it went wild with them. Even corporate State Farm, Travelers, they're all buying direct from us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
US
this is like the main. Yeah.
still today. So
Yeah.
one of my favorite insurance stories is I'm at an insurance show in Florida, and a guy walks up and says to me, there's probably like 20 people around the booth. He goes, "Dude, I have to tell you the story the first time I ever saw your product." He said, "I pull up on this job site, and this woman adjuster's on this roof. It's like a 10, 12 pitch roof. She's got her ladder up. She's walking around. She's got her squares marked off. And she's yelling at me from the time I get out of the truck. 'You're late. I have appointments. Get your ass up here,' blah, 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 blah." And I'm looking at her thinking, how's she doing that? I can't do that. How is she walking around? He said, "Finally, I climb up the ladder. She's bitching the whole time, right?" She goes, and I get to the top, and I finally said to her, "How can you walk around? What kind of roofer are you? You don't have a pair of Cougar Paws." That was her line. "Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He bought a pair that day and overnighted them." Anyway, he's telling the story at the booth. It was, I couldn't have paid him for better advertisement.
I know.
But
Word of mouth.
the adjusters of the world have really helped me go across the country because every storm, boom.
Yeah.
Like we're getting ready for an onslaught with all the tornadoes this year.
Yeah.
We'll be
You'll
hammered
be.
3-4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you constantly think about the turnover with adjusters. There's always turnover. There's always new people coming in. They're always going to need it. And then, of course, you are super strong, obviously, within the roofing industry and within the restoration contractors who are working all these storms.
Yeah, we sell it to everyone. Down to, even personal people now just buying it to clean their gutters out or go up and do whatever, any kind of maintenance on the roof. So yeah, it's been wonderful. We've improved the product. We've tried to improve it every year.
Speaking of innovation, I know you also, this isn't just for asphalt roofs anymore. You have done a lot with metal roofs lately and magnetic boots. Tell that story.
Well, there's a guy named Ben Donaldson. He's from Australia. Good guy. Really, really a character. Truly. He was like man of the year in Australia for saving a bunch of people's lives that, on jet skis, go out, get them out of the ocean, right? But anyway, saying that, he called me, I don't know, 5 years ago or so. He went to ABC Supply first, and they sent him to me. So
okay, yeah,
talked to him on the phone. He had a patent on a magnetic boot. So he sends me all the information, and I said, "Listen, He goes, listen, mate, I want to come over and talk to you face to face. I mean, he was on a plane in 2 days. Him and his wife spent a week at my house. Took him
Wow.
all around Virginia. Took him to the office in Martinsville, and we cut a deal. I mean, I'm his only distributor for the product around the country. So
that is amazing. Okay, so I was at the trade show where you and I connected last year and was watching what you do in your booth with the boots, throwing them to see if they hit the metal and they stick. It's amazing. It's such a great, I mean, you look at that and you go, you're not going anywhere. You can walk it, but you're not going to fall.
Exactly.
Unless you do something stupid like we talked about before.
Yeah, put that in. Now, originally when we started showing shoes, if you ever been, everyone in shows, they just walk by. They don't see everything. You have to catch their eye somehow.
Yeah.
When we started, we hired very classy girls. We put them in Cougar Paws golf shirts and with khaki shorts. And we had them walking up down that 10, 12 pitch roof all day, right? And they stood above everybody else. We had, 5 deep, beautiful women. Yeah. It wasn't rocket science. After that, the industry started getting a little sleazy with their clothing. And slow. We're talking Vegas.
Yeah.
But anyway, so after we did that part of it, when we came back, I came up with the idea of making a little carniac kind of thing where you throw the boot and stick it on there. And if you touch the bullseye, you would win a free pair of boots. And we average about, give away probably 40 every time.
Yeah.
And again, that's perfect because you pack them in. They want the free prize, even though some of the people don't even want it. They just want to throw the boot.
Yeah. And see how it sticks.
How it sticks. And it's amazing because once they stick and they push down on it, they're sold. Because like a refrigerator magnet, it holds weight straight down, but you can pull it off very easily. That's the same with our boot.
Yeah. That makes so much sense.
And it just, it's perfect.
What's the feedback you're hearing from contractors and adjusters on the metallic boot?
It's all very positive. We made some huge strides since Benny invented it. We changed the outsole. So it's really, if you remember touching it, it's really soft, really sticky. Yeah. It's very cool.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that part of my job. I love the job of inventing and doing the whole market thing, and the day-to-day, not so much. But, thank God have a woman that's smarter than I am. I don't have to do that.
You're a visionary. That's it. Every company needs a visionary, right? And really bringing that to the market. So as you're looking at today, I mean, now, and what year was it again, Dan, that you started?
1999 we started.
1999, man. I remember that so well.
The Ellsworth,
yeah.
We met at a church.
Yeah. 1999 and then to today, when you see the growth of your company and just the growth of the the acceptance of the boots, both the traditional Cougar Paws and then the Steelwalker, I mean, tell me a little bit about how that feels. And I know you have your son working in the business. You've really, it's another roofing success story.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. It's been, we're all here for a short period of time. I've always believed in making a difference in the world, right? So, I have increased people's paychecks and yet let them come home in a safer way.
Yeah.
I mean, I've come off the roof 3 times. One was I walked off one story, which is not really a good story to tell, but I did. I walked right off it. I hit, rolled, and again, I pole vaulted, so it was not a big deal. Then I fell off a porch. The 2-story fall was the big one.
Yeah.
But no one wants that for anyone.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? And if they're sensible and they're not stupid, our product can bring them home every day. When I first started, there was an adjuster I met out on a job in Manassas, Virginia, and he gets out of the truck and he has a pair of Cougar Paws on. I said, well, how do you like them? Oh, he's going rant and raving. He's going, well, the guy lives around here. I hear the guy lives around here. I said, I am the guy. No, you can't. You wouldn't be working. I said, what do you mean I wouldn't be working? I'm still working. That's 25%. Yeah. It can't be him. You sneeze somebody. I remember I had some friends in my manufacturer's room from Mexico, and we went to this restaurant, and I give the girl my business card. It says Cougar Paws, my American Express card. She goes, oh my God, you're Dan Cougar. I said, well, yeah, what do you mean? How do you know? What do you mean? She goes, oh, I have Cougar Paws. I was an adjuster for a while. I said, does that mean I get a free dinner? She goes, no.
But it's really exciting meeting you. Thank you so much. This has been so much fun. The past, the future, we're getting a little bit of everything. But you know what? Let's talk about right now. What is the best way for everyone listening out there to get their own pair of Cougar Paws?
Well, there's two ways. I mean, we're in every major manufacturer or every distributor in the country. Yeah. You can go to any place. You have two options. Obviously, you go to a distributor, you're not going to pay shipping. You come to me, you're going to pay shipping. And you need to hurry, and the store don't have it. You call us, we ship usually with a day or two.
I love it. I love it. Oh, everybody needs Cougar Paws. I'm just saying.
When you buy Cougar Paws, they pay for themselves the first day you buy them.
Yeah.
It's no different than the nail gun. Do you remember back in the day, no one would buy the nail gun?
Yes.
They gave away the nail guns and just so you could buy the nails.
Right.
Right.
And now that's all we have. That's all we use. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Dan, thank you. Thank you so much. This has just been the highlight of my week, my month. And we'll have you back again. I want to hear how everything goes. We'll do it again towards the end of the year.
I'm here. I'm always
okay. Always great. Thank you. And thank you all for listening. You have to get your own set of Cougar Paws. Visit the directory on Roofers Coffee Shop to get all the information. Look for them in your local distributor. This is what really productivity and just going home at night.
Amen.
The right way. That's the right way. So check it all out. Check out all of our podcasts under the Read, Listen, Watch navigation of Roofers Coffee Shop, under Roofing Road Trips, or on your favorite podcast channel. Be sure to subscribe and set those notifications so you don't miss a single episode. And we'll be seeing you next time on Roofing Road Trips.
If you've enjoyed the ride, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us on every roofing adventure. Make sure to visit rooferscoffeeshop.com to learn more. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next Roofing Road Trip.